Today's headline is the Alaska Indians. The subheadline says, Life on St. Paul's Island, Habits of the People, How Business is Carried On. It says, among the passengers of the steamer St. Paul, 11 days from Unalaska, were a number of gentlemen who had spent some years in the solitary islands adjacent to Alaska, where the great seal fisheries are carried on by the Alaska Commercial Company, and from whom some interesting facts were learned. The islands are largely populated by natives who live in a primitive style of hut called barabaka. These natives are as dark as gypsies, where their blood is pure, and have faces of the usual Eskimo type. Their standard of morality is low, and scrofulous diseases prevail. They drink a liquor made from brown sugar and an infusion of herbs, which is more overpowering in its effects than the most villainous whiskey, and are moreover much addicted to gambling when they had the wherewithal to stake. The native tongue is a corruption of Russian, but the majority have learned to speak very fair English from their intercourse with the employees of the Seal Company. They are devout worshippers of the Greek Church, and the restraining influence of church and priest is of incalculable value. The temperature of the islands is quite cold, but without the sudden variations which occur in the New England states. The summer season is extremely short, and the only vegetable that can be raised throughout the islands is the radish, which can never be fricasseed, boiled, or stewed for a change, but must be eaten in the simple, old-fashioned way, however greatly tempted the cultivators may be to present some variety in the way of serving their one fresh vegetable. Potatoes, onions, and cabbages are carried up from San Francisco, and the company transport every variety of canned and dried fruit and vegetable, but fresh fruit and the choicer vegetables, such as green peas, string beans, green corn, and asparagus, are not tasted from one year's end to another, save in their poorly canned substitutes, a deprivation that must be particularly severe on Californians. St. Paul's Island, one of the principal seal fisheries, is a hilly strip of land, about 12 miles long, with a beautiful harbor. There are about 600 houses here, built by the company for the natives in their employ, and the company's house, a frame building of plain exterior, containing 10 or 12 rooms, and a nice library and piano, much appreciated by the exiles and visitors to this lovely land. Mails are received only about twice a year, but the time has passed pleasantly and happily, far away as the inhabitants are from politics and fashion and Congress and yellow fever. Chickens, hogs, and cattle are raised by the company, but the most stylish equipage on the island is an express cart drawn by a mule, nonetheless appreciated, however. The natives here earn good wages, sometimes making from $100 to $140 a month during the 4 working months in the year. Having their rent free, burning coal supplied by the company, and blubber for lights, and subsisting chiefly on sea meat, they may be considered very prosperous. They spend a great deal of money in clothes, usually preferring bright colors, but will throw a sack of blubber just as readily across their shoulders when clad in a new suit as if in their working clothes. The children are educated in a school provided by the company, but are anything but apt scholars, extremely filthy in their habits, and difficult to manage. There is a pretty little Greek church in the settlement, and adjoining it a small graveyard with many graves, a simple wooden cross marking these last abiding places. Here lies buried a young fellow belonging to the Signal Service detachment, who died of exhaustion a short time after he arrived at the station. The cold during the winter is very intense, but so subtle that the victim is scarcely aware of its rigor before he is overpowered. During the summer months, about 100 varieties of flowers, many very beautiful, bloom on the hillsides. The season is so short that they spring from the frozen ground, bud, blossom, and mature in an incredibly short time. Beautiful sea mosses are also washed ashore. This article originally came from the San Francisco Chronicle. This story came from the great state of Wisconsin, being reported in the Superior Times of January 11th, 1879. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to continue to uncover all of America's lost and forgotten history, then remember before you leave to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and remember to like and comment below. And we will see you next time on Americana Archives.